perfect game day pretzels with a homemade beer cheese. That crispy exterior with that chewiness inside. I'm going to see the Blue Jays versus the Red Sox, and I can't stop thinking about the pretzels, okay? So we need to make some, and I'm gonna make this video as easy as possible. 1.5 cups of warm tap water, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and I'm using brown. 2¼ teaspoons of yeast, and any yeast is fine. Giving this a really good mix and gonna let it sit on the counter for about 5 minutes. We need to let that yeast activate. The yeast is activated, it's nice and frothy. I'm going with 1/4 cup of oil, and I'm just using vegetable. Yesterday, I made the best bagels on the planet. They had the texture, the chewiness, the taste of the exact bagel that you would get in the store, and the key ingredient was beer. Now, it was very controversial yesterday, so we're gonna add it again, and I'm gonna go in with 1/4 cup of beer, and this is just Budweiser. You guys need to make those bagels, and in case you're seeing this video and you didn't wanna add the beer, guys, just don't add the beer. You don't have to substitute for anything, you'll just have to adjust your flour. You do not need to substitute for anything if you don't wanna add the beer, just add less flour. So for example, I've chosen to add 1/4 cup of beer here for the very first time. If you don't want to, you do not need to substitute with another 1/4 cup of water. You can just eliminate it altogether and add less flour. Now I hope that makes sense. You don't have to substitute for anything. Don't add it, add less flour. All right, and I have never seasoned my pretzels before, ever. Never, but we're gonna do that today. We're gonna switch it up, and I'm gonna add some caramelized onion. I want some extra bold flavors in these pretzels. I've been craving them. And the caramelized garlic, and that's just what I'm gonna leave it with. So some onion powder and some garlic powder. Now I'm gonna start incorporating some all-purpose flour, and if you are using the beer like I did, just go ahead and copy me. If you want to eliminate the beer, just add less flour, okay? I'm gonna start with 3 cups of flour. I'm gonna throw it into my electric mixer on medium speed with the dough hook, and hopefully it forms a beautiful dough ball and we don't need to add any more. Again, if you are not adding the beer, start lower, maybe start with 2 cups and work your way up until you get the perfect consistency. And if you don't have an electric mixer, mix it and knead it on the counter by hand. It took me 4 cups to get here. I started at 3 and I continued to add a little bit of flour at a time until I got the perfect consistency that I was looking for. And just like with the bagels, you want some resistance in your dough. So add enough flour that it is still soft and stretchy like this, but the dough is almost a little tough. Like you see how it has that resistance, that toughness to it. That's what we want. We're making pretzels, we're making bagels, we're not making bread. Okay. In our bowl, putting the dough in. We're gonna cover this. We're gonna put it somewhere warm to double in size, about 1 hour. It's been 1 hour and look at the dough now. I am going to divide this into around 12, but really you can make your pretzels any size that you want. I weighed them and they are between 80 and 90 grams each. Just gonna move some out of the way, and now we're gonna start rolling it out. Now you can obviously make your pretzels any size that you want. This is how I fold them. I cross them again, and then I bring it up. Pinch it down, just like that. And now I'm gonna keep going. So I have brought 8 cups of water and about 1/4 cup of baking soda to a boil, and I'm gonna start placing in our pretzels. Have to do this in a couple of batches. And they only need to sit in here for like maybe 45 seconds, not very long at all. A lot of people ask what this bath does, and this is what gives our pretzels and our bagels the distinct color, flavor, texture, chewiness. This is what makes them pretzels. And the same thing goes for bagels. So I'm just pushing them under the water here. Again, 30 seconds, 45 seconds is really all it needs. And to my left here, I have a cookie sheet lined with some parchment paper. I'm just gonna remove them and put it on the sheet. I'm just keeping these basic salted pretzels, so I'm just gonna brush them with an egg wash. Somebody actually sent me this cooking salt, and it actually made it through the border. I was really surprised by that. And I'm just going to sprinkle some salt. Into the oven, 450 degrees. They bake for 9 minutes at 450 degrees. I want to quickly make a little beer cheese to go with it, adding some butter. Just gonna add some flour. We're gonna make like a roux. This will thicken our sauce. Adding in some milk. I don't need to make a lot, it's just mainly me that will be eating this. Adding in some Lucky beer. Now if you don't want to add beer, don't, just skip it. Look at how thick it's already become. I'm gonna start adding in some cheese. This is just like a triple cheddar. I'm gonna season it with garlic parmesan by Kinder's and the Tavern Burger with garlic and cheddar. These were so simple to make. They have that hard exterior with that chewy inside. Perfect pretzel every time.